about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner when a bird, bird, bird. Bird is a winner when a bird, bird, bird. When a bird is a winner when a bird.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Rule the Roost. This one's going to be a little different. This is number 17. Again, I got my trusty sidekick here who's been paying closer attention in the office. And I think we actually planned what we're going to talk about today. So she's prepared. So we're going to ask her a couple questions. We'll see how prepared she is. But let's start off with a joke, a little different joke today. We're going to do a mosquito joke because today's episode is going to focus on our mosquito product, which is really good. So, okay. So, why are mosquitoes considered religious?
Why are mosquitoes considered religious? I have no idea.
Because they're always looking for prey.
Oh.
Pretty bad, right?
I was like, people pray they don't get bit. I don't know.
The worse it is, the better it is.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of dad jokes. It's like, if you make the whole three people cringe, it's like, yes, I did it. Did a good job. So, okay, so our mosquito product. So, we're flock-free bird control. Why are we talking about mosquitoes? So, a lot of the stuff that we sell that's made, it's made for us by a chemist in New Jersey. He's a triple PhD, really bright guy, good friend of mine. And he introduced me to the bird control spray many years ago. And just talking and hanging out with him, he said, we do have other stuff. And we do peppermint spray. And he came up, he said, if I've had a mosquito product that's been sitting in the warehouse, nobody's really buying it right now from me, but I'm like, I need somebody who wants to sell it. I said, I'll do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Spraying for birds. Why not spray for mosquitoes? And it's the same gentleman. So we know the tank mix works great. We're selling a ton of that stuff around the country and now in different parts of the world. So it's good. So he has this mosquito product we've been selling for the last couple of years, and it's starting to take off. This is same thing as nanotechnology. And nanotechnology means that when they make the stuff, they put it in a heater. It's like a temperature-controlled environment, and then they spin it for I don't know how many hours, but they spin it really, really hard. So that when you have, usually when you have natural oils that are used to repel birds or insects or whatever, you'll get like a 2-week lifespan out of them. So you'll spray something, and within 2 weeks, you get a respray. This will actually go 3 weeks. Okay. And we've actually had it tested by some pretty big mosquito companies. And what's really cool about it is that they'll test our stuff. And when you have these companies that go monthly to spray people's yards, how they measure how effective they're being is how many callbacks they get. Okay. So they spray a guy's yard, the guy calls, I still got mosquitoes, I got to come back and do it again. So that we have had a couple companies take our all-natural product and compare it to their more slightly dangerous product. Yeah. And the callbacks are right there the same, which is good because you're always going to have, you'll spray Joe's yard, but Frank doesn't have anything, so Frank's mosquitoes come over in your yard. So there's a lot of that going on. So anyway, he offered the product to us. I said, I'd love to sell it for you. And I learned a little bit about it. So what's nice, this one has, where the tank mix has 8 active ingredients, this has 9 active ingredients.
Okay, that's more.
Yeah, it has 9 active ingredients. And every time it's activated because of moisture in the air. Okay. So in the mornings and the afternoon, when there's a little moisture out, that's when it activates, which is perfect for mosquitoes. That's when you get most of the problems. And what's cool about this stuff is there's no real chemical reaction, which sounds kind of weird. What it does, it suffocates anything with an exoskeleton. So if you ask ChatGPT, hey, what kind of bugs have an exoskeleton? You'll see how many bugs there's a ton of bugs.
Yeah, it's gnats.
And most of them are
the ones you don't want. Yeah.
But what's great about it is because it suffocates the exoskeleton on these bugs, it's too thick to get past hair follicles on butterflies or bees. So you can spray a butterfly, you can spray a bee, it'll annoy them, but it won't kill them. Yeah. So, but that's a big deal because a lot of the other chemicals that are sprayed are, really toxic to those kind of animals. And they're also toxic to the guys spraying. Yeah. I've talked to guys that they'll go out and spray all day and they come home at the end of the day with a bloody nose because it's just toxic, even though they wear a mask and stuff, and even some of the stuff is garlic based, smells real bad. And our stuff smells great. It smells really good.
It's not terrible, but it.
Well,
I'm dealing with the concentrate. When it's diluted and sprayed, you don't smell it in the yard.
Exactly. Any concentrate's going to smell bad. But when you put an ounce in a gallon, doesn't smell bad at all.
No, when you spray it, you don't.
Yeah. Well, how many times have you put a backpack sprayer and actually sprayed it?
I've never actually sprayed it with a backpack sprayer.
There you go.
But I have sprayed
Here we go
it
again.
with the
Here we go again.
with the Home Depot with Maria and Arya. That's how we do it.
Geez, you could do that too. Yeah. So anyway, it has 9 active ingredients. Kills ticks, adults, larvae. Smells good compared to some of the other stuff that's out there. Really good. You can actually spray this stuff in the yard and have a picnic 10 minutes later. You wouldn't even know.
Agreed.
So that's definitely doable. And when you spray it, God forbid it blows in your face, it's not going to kill you. You can automate it by putting in a misting system, which I have done personally.
Yeah, that's what's helped a lot down in Brigantine by the shore.
I have a home in Brigantine, New Jersey, which is like the mosquito capital of the world.
Well, and it also will, but the no-see-ums and the chiggers and all those, it works on all of that.
Yeah, so the reason so what happens is when you spray it by hand once a month, a lot of those other little bugs will still get through a little bit. I have the misting system set that goes off every day. I got it going off every morning and every afternoon, just for a couple seconds, and I got no bugs.
No, it's great for the kids in the yard and stuff.
Yes, and that's the big thing in New Jersey. We got ticks, ticks everywhere. So I actually take the stuff and I spray it on my dog. I rub it into him. And I know it's going to last for a couple of weeks on him.
The foam.
And the regular spray.
Oh, okay.
I do that too. It's the same basic stuff.
Yeah.
The foam has limonene in it, which is more of a repellent.
Okay.
So, but when you put it on your dog, it just kills the tick when it comes in contact.
I put it on the dog. I put the foam on the dogs because we walk them in wooded areas and stuff.
And that's what it is. My dog's sniffing in the bushes, sniffing. The taller the gray, he's got to get his nose in there.
Yeah. So
this stuff is really good. Works great. It'll last a solid 3 weeks. Been tested by a bunch of other companies. And what's nice is I give it away to people because I'm not a scientist. So they start asking me all these questions. And if Dr. Paul is not readily available, I said, tell you what, I'll send you 4 ounces. That'll make 4 gallons of RTU, which means ready to use. Some people don't know what that is. And then they could try it. And they always reorder and buy some more.
I agree with that statement. People always give them a sample.
The only place that we have issues with it is like in Arizona and really dry areas like California where there's no moisture.
Okay.
So what happens there is you can spray this stuff up and there's no moisture in there, it doesn't activate. So what people have done, they have purchased it, they'll take a sprinkler and sprinkle it, and then it activates it.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird. But
would a misting system work with that then?
Yes.
So you set it up and
because it's mixed with water. And you know what? If you had it going off every day, then we'll kind of reactivate it because it's there. And our misting system is cool. We have our misting system holds 50 gallons of water. So what we do is I just throw a whole jug in there, which would probably make it a little stronger than need be, but I don't want to deal with,
Yeah.
So it holds 50 gallons, and our misting system can have 1,000 feet of line and up to 80 nozzles. So you can get a tremendous coverage. We also use the misting system for bird control. So we can put our tank mix in there or the mosquito product. Some guys actually mix it together and do mosquitoes and birds at the same time. We have that down in Florida where they're spraying for birds and they got mosquitoes down there.
Yeah.
So they're sprayed for both. They get a bang for, they just upcharge a little bit and get a bang for their bug. It's all natural oils.
Yeah.
Just a couple extra ones for the for the mosquito product. That's it. I think there's maybe a little more soap in the mosquito product.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were saying. We gave a sample to our landscaper a couple weeks ago because we were like, you're already spraying people's yards with the backpack blower.
Yeah.
You can add that on there. You'd have and you cut the grass every week. So if you did it every 3 weeks.
And I have a landscaper. He's a young fella. He's really grown his business quite a bit. He started off with maybe 1 truck, now he's got like 5 trucks. And he's a hustler, And I told him, no, you're here every week. Why don't you, he sprays chemicals he sprays other chemicals. You should really, you can get $50, $60, $70 a spray once a month. Why don't you do it? That's a good idea, but they're so busy, they don't think of it. They don't understand it's a revenue. And what's happening is for guys like that, don't take advantage of it. There are other companies who started off as mosquito spray companies. All those companies are bundling other services now.
Yes,
we're getting calls like, hey, I'm a mosquito control company. I want to spray for birds. I want to do this. I want to do that. And now they're bundling services because the more things that you can bundle and offer, the more chances you're of having a successful.
Well, they come to our house and they'll knock on our door and I'm like, I'm not interested. And they're like, why not? I said, well, because I work for a pest control company.
I turn the tables on them.
Well, and I asked them what they use, and it was like a pesticide. I said, I have a dog and a son. I can't have that in my yard.
I always get asked by some of the bigger companies, well, we use this product. I'm not going to name the name. How does it compare to your product? So I look at their label, and so for ticks they got to do 6 ounces. For birds, for mosquitoes, that's what happens when you talk about 20 things. So for mosquitoes, they have to do like 6 ounces per gallon.
Okay,
and it kills mosquitoes. If they want to do ticks, they got to add another 4 ounces. But they sell it like, you only need a 1/4 ounce.
Okay.
So they're using less because it's more powerful.
Yeah.
So, but by the time you get around to doing mosquitoes and ticks, we're cheaper or just right there, and it's all natural instead of being kind of dangerous and smelling bad. So it compares really well. And once people use it, it works great. And you can spray it with a Home Depot pump sprayer.
That's how we spray our
yard. We have
with
a product called Mist Spray where you can actually turn a pump sprayer into a backpack sprayer with just a handheld blower. So there's lots of ways of spraying it. You could use a 32-ounce spray bottle, which we also sell for homeowners.
Yeah.
Comes ready to use. We also have a small sample kit that people use, just for small yards. So it works really good. You spray it, once a month would be fine. If you have, sometimes what I'll tell people to do, if you have a really bad problem, go 2 ounces per gallon the first time.
Okay.
Knock everything down, and then you spray to 1 ounce per gallon.
We should talk to Dr. Paul about putting in a candle.
Well, yeah, you could do that too. You could. That's easy to do. But there's so many candles out there already. I don't want to be another candle guy. But
this one works.
It's a possibility. But the key to spraying it is, so if you, some parts of the country, ticks aren't that big a deal. So you just spray the perimeter of your yard.
Yeah.
This perimeter yard, and anywhere you have bushes, you'd spray. If you have New Jersey, you got to spray the whole yard. Yeah,
and ticks are a big problem.
Yeah, you got to spray the perimeter, and you have to spray the grass and everything. If your neighbor, if your neighbor is not spraying, you still may get some mosquitoes coming over. But if we have our buckets, we have mosquito control buckets that have permethrin in them, safe levels, and you can take our buckets and you just fill them with water, they're biodegradable, and you put those buckets around the perimeter of your yard every 50 feet, and now you got coverage in case your neighbors.
Covered,
you got a perfect match of you spraying, plus you got the buckets. And what happens is the mosquitoes from your next door neighbor doesn't want to pay for anything. They get drawn to the water that's in the buckets. They die. Adults and females, larvae, same thing. So we have the ultimate mosquito package for people. That's really easy to do yourself, or you can, if you're a pest control provider, it's easy to bundle it with other services. So
Agree.
It's a great product. I'm happy we have it, and I think we've had it for almost 3 years, and it's really starting to take off now, mainstream. So,
well, because like you said, there's a million things. If you were to Google it, there's like 1,000 products.
That's the problem. So when we sell bird control products, there aren't that many guys selling bird control products. But you go into the mosquito market, and there are thousands of them, and so much all natural stuff out there. But what you have to be careful as a consumer or business owner is that we register, even though it's a 25B product, which means it's generally considered safe and it's not organic per se, but it's natural. You can get away with saying that. We actually register it in every state, because every state has different requirements. So if you go on like an Amazon platform or just Google stuff, there's a ton of stuff, all natural, does this, does that. But if they don't have a list of the ingredients and they don't have a 25B certification from the state they're trying to sell it in, it's really illegal, and you should stay away from it, because you really don't know what's in it.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of them don't even have it listed, what's in it, how much is in it.
I had a fella approach me. He said he had this great mouse product, keeps mice away. I said, we sell one now, Repel products, pretty good, if you use it correctly. And this guy, I swear this stuff works great, but the problem is he sends me a bottle sample, it's got no ingredients.
Yeah.
It's proprietary ingredients. Well, I can't get this thing registered in the state. I can't sell it to a legitimate business person. I can take your word for it.
Yeah.
It has to have the ingredients listed. It has to be, state has to look at the ingredients, make sure it's right. The label has to be done a certain way. There's lots of rules and regulations, even for 25B products.
I know, I'm learning all about it.
So you have that for us now. Thank you very much. So if you do an EPA registered product, which is a little more complicated because it could be dangerous.
Yes.
It has to be applied by a guy with a license. It could take 6-7 years to get one of those things through. So buy something that's registered, and you can see the labels on it. And, the label's correct and the ingredients are right. So that's our mosquito product. So if you guys want a great mosquito product, give us a call. We're happy to send people samples and give it a try. We know you're going to come back and buy some more. So how many active ingredients are in the mosquito product again?
9.
9. There you go. She passed the test, Rob. She passed the test. There you go. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.